the Lakers are, it's a lot of, Van Gundy kept stressing it. And he kind of foretold that little run they made there at the end. They're down by 19. He said 19 points in modern NBA is nothing. Even, it was like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He said it's nothing with a team as much firepower as the Lakers have. The Lakers do have a lot of firepower, but, they don't have they don't have, like San Antonio would just get the ball and push and get right to the basket. The Lakers don't have that type of team of athletes that can do that. They have, Austin and Luka are not great athletes. They're great basketball players, but they're not great athletes. You know. So, but the Lakers never really have. Lakers have never. The Lakers have always sacrificed stuff like that for like high end, superstar talent. You know. Now when the best days of LeBron and AD, it was different. Like when that 2023 team that they had. I mean, they had some teams. Rob was kind of cooking it first. The LeBron, because LeBron. I mean, and he started to play better with. Well, I can say he started to play better. He was hurt, and he came back, and I know he had a big game recently since that first game back when he played against us. But he, AD is historically he's been a super freak athlete, same as LeBron. So I would say 2020 with LeBron and AD, and then you got a bunch of long wing guys on the perimeter, and you got you had Kuzma, you had Rondo, you had Avery Bradley, you had some guys who could kind of like the OKC team now, Alex Caruso, and then I really thought that team they had the next year was like that with these big long like pterodactyl like guys who like can run and jump. And then the team that they had in 2023, like I said, bro, when we made the trade for Luka, that really just transformed the team completely because of the way Luka plays. Luka's a slow down, methodical type player. He's a great basketball player, not a great athlete. When you think of speed and leaping ability and stuff like that, explosiveness as an athlete, that's not his bag. It's not his forte. But same thing with Austin Reeves, right? So yeah, with AD, we were a lot more athletic. Like I was saying, the 2023 team with LeBron and AD, some of those other guys. That was the type of team that it's like, man, this team is big and they're long and they can switch, and then 80 there, like holding off the middle. Like I was thinking about that the other day. I was listening to Bill Simmons when he was talking to Max Kellerman about him, like AD, how like in that series against Golden State in 2023, when like Curry would just dribble from one side of the paint all the way around and then circle all the way around because there's no point in putting up a shot while AD was down there. Those first two series, what he did defensively was amazing. But now it's a different type of team. Aiden, like I said, he's made him bigger and more talented, but he's not really an intimidator at the rim as far as shot blocking goes. And Spurs were just attacking the rim, like nobody was there. So maybe that can be what LeBron, what he brings is like different to this team, is his ability to attack there. And of course, it's not going to be good for his legs as the season progresses. But yeah, and much was made of. I mentioned Max. He has a new podcast now with Rich Paul. The second one came out today. The first one came out a couple nights ago, 2 nights ago to be exact. And he and Rich were talking, and Rich was saying that he didn't think the Lakers were contenders. That it got a lot of noise on social media and everything. But if you watch tonight, they made Rich Paul look like a prophet. And I think like I said, I didn't think they played that hard, but you can just also see like there's certain things that they are just fundamental to this team. They're like I said, they're not that athletic. They can't. It's like the Spurs got Fox and Castle and Harper and these young guards, and the Lakers have two great guards in Luke and Austin, but they're not fleet of foot in that way. The Lakers can't really keep up.